Now we have another trade deal called the TPP deal, which is also horrible for workers. You know who it's good for? It's good for corporations. Here's Barack Obama, who has not gotten the memo that the people are onto your bullshit. The people are onto corporatism. The people are onto trade deals that sell them out and export good jobs, that take good jobs and turn them into shitty jobs and send them to poorer, more desperate people in another country. People are onto that. We know what's going on. So that's why everyone's against the TPP.
There are fears and anxieties that people may be left behind. And these anxieties are legitimate. They can't be ignored. They have to.
Yeah, because, you know, every other trade deal we ever instituted has left everybody behind, except for the handful of rich people who own everything. That's why it's legitimate, I guess. That's why it's just keep in mind the TP. Okay, let's keep going.
Taken seriously. As I've said before, it means that we have to do everything we can to make sure that everybody shares in prosperity.
Now, that's just happy talk, because that is 100% bullshit. We have to make sure everybody shares in prosperity. There are countries inside this TPP deal which literally still okay slavery. You think I'm kidding? Look it up. Brunei, literally okay with slavery. So now our jobs are we're competing with actual slaves, not just symbolic. So this whole thing, we got to make sure it works for everybody. We all know that the only reason you're putting this, there's already plenty of trade happening between our countries. The only reason you're putting this in place is to maximize the profits and insulate corporations from the people. That's what this is. Because, okay, let's keep going.
We have strong rules to protect workers, to promote high wages, to make sure that our citizens are getting the education and the training that they need. But
this is all bullshit. That's all 100%. But we got to make sure everybody gets high wages.
This pisses me off so much. I'm going to tweet about it right now on my iPhone that was made by a 5-year-old who jumped off a roof.
Here we go.
The answer cannot be to back away from trade in the global economy. It is here to stay. It's not possible.
And so that's also a straw man. This idea, so since we can't back away from global trade, we have to sign these trade deals that sell out our workers and sell out our sovereignty, by the way. What do you mean by that, Jimmy? Well, the TPP relinquishes our nation's sovereignty to private courts. Yeah. Yes. That's right. Private courts. And who sits on those courts? People appointed by corporations. That's who sits on those courts. And they're set up by multinational corporations to preside over their own disputes. The TPP not only kills jobs, but it is a way for multinational corporations to get around American regulations and litigation. The TPP wipes out the remaining manufacturing jobs, but it also loses business for lawyers. So when he says we can't close ourselves off, these are straw man arguments. We already have arrangements with all the nations we trade with. What the TPP does is have the American public underwrite the losses of private industries. I'll give you an example. Let's say a corporation says that an oil company says, hey, your regulations about drilling are costing me money. They get to now sue us. Not in our courts, in one of these international tribunals with the judges appointed by the corporations for their losses. Hey, you pass an environmental law, now it costs me money, I get to sue you for what that law cost us. And who decides if they get paid or not? Not a jury of our peer. No, an international court appointed by corporations. That's what this is. It takes away our sovereignty.
TPP levels the playing field for our workers and helps to ensure countries abide by.
It levels the playing field and levels everything else on top of the field, too. It's going to fucking level everything. This is all horseshit. This is your liberal lefty Democrat. Even Hillary Clinton now claims to be against this. The poster child for corporatism says she's against this. That's how bad this is. And here he is full-throated because he's not running for re-election. This is all to please his donors. This is not going to help America. This does not help American workers. This helps a handful of wealthy corporations insulate themselves from legal rulings that would go against them. This is all about protecting cash of the richest companies in the world. It's got nothing to do with helping workers. It's got nothing to do with raising people's wages. All this has to do, you know what? In fact, for instance, it's a giveaway to Big Pharma. Because pharma now gets to keep their patents longer, so that means it takes a lot longer to get generic drugs. And who does that hurt? Poor people or rich people when it takes longer to get generic drugs? Of course, this hurts working people. It hurts poor people. All this does is protect profits for wealthy corporations. And Barack Obama is 100,000% full of fucking shit. 100%. I don't know what his tell is when he's lying, but he's lying all the way through this thing. 100% lying. Barack Obama. He's doing what Donald Trump does. He's lying. And he's lying to screw over American workers. And apparently Democrats are okay. But so if I don't support that, somehow I'm ridiculous. I'm a child.
Wacky.
I'm petulant. I'm selfish. I'm white privileged. The TPP is not free market. This is a paid market. And the American people are going to be the ones doing all the paying.